I hope all is well in your corner of the world. Man, really excited. We're going to get back into some Coast Contra. We've done a couple of these cats today, a couple of their tracks. I just pulled up one called Intentional. We're going back through their catalog. We're looking at their music that's out now, their freestyles, and then going kind of backwards as we go, and really kind of trying to find their more lyrically dense uh, tracks. But also looking for ones with videos are cool. This one was kind of cool because it has an official lyric video. We're on their site here now. Let me get my ugly mug out of the way. But this is the Coast Contra site. It's crazy that they only have this many views, right? Who only gets 74,000 views? That's excellent, I'm sure, compared to where they were a few years ago. But man, you get some of these artists today that put out something and they're at millions of views in hours. So, shout out to these cats bringing real hip hop back. If you guys are fans of Coast Contra, don't forget to show love, like the video, but subscribe to the channel. We take the more lyrically dense artists of today's and people that are really contributing to hip hop, and we intellectually break down their lyrics. So we try to understand the context of what they're saying, the message they're looking to put out there. And we have folders with Toby Wigway, Aesop Rock, J. Cole, Nas, Lupe Fiasco, and of course Coast Contra's got a few in there now. You can see it if you go down to lyrics and breakdowns. There's a folder under Coast Contra reactions. But let's get right into this. This is Intentional. So different sound, right? Waiting for a beat drop, all crazy.
We had zeros, now them commas up. If you ain't stepping 505, you can't come with us. Split it with my niggas.
If you ain't stepping their apartment, right? Apartment 505, you can't come with us. He's talking about these are his real ones, the day one, real one, day one, right? He's been with us from the start. Now they're starting to get a little money.
We had zeros, now them commas up. If you ain't stepping 505, you can't come with us.
Move myself here.
I'ma split it with my niggas, then we double up. Jealousy, love and hate, that's why they loving us. Hey, nigga, I just put up on your bitch. That's
Ooh.
Nigga, like don't mean shit, that's just intense.
I get,
That's intense.
whoa. That it reminds me of something. I worked with this cat. I referenced this before, but I worked with this old guy who was like 82 and still working as a professional buyer for this car company. But he told me, I used to always just kill it. I kill it in sales. I was busting my ass. And I kept telling him, man, I got really lucky. I got 3 sales. I got this. And he was like, you know what? Luck is a funny thing. He was an old guy, right? He said, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And I didn't really understand it completely until I got older. But he meant it's intentional, right? You put the work in and it pays off. You plant the seed, right? A lot of people don't realize the things you're doing today, they're going to change the next 6 months to 5 years of your life, right? What you're doing today really matters. It feels like luck, but it's a reward. It's like somebody seeing Coast Contra and saying, man, these guys are overnight sensation, right? It might seem like that, but we don't see the work and how much stress they might have, right? They might have endured in apartment 505, right? Let it ride.
Bill bitches, she ain't mention you. Rotating nigga shit. Bitches legacies, back to felonies, since the places they be. How that bitch gon' be your bitches, she ain't mention you. Rotating nigga shit. Bitches legacies, back to felonies, since the places they be.
I love where he's going. His flow seemed a little different with that, but I just wanted to reference a person is sometimes called a legacy when they're coming up off people who are considered an alumni within the organization, right? Like I'm part of a fraternity called Omega Delta at Northern Illinois University. When my son goes to if he does decide to go to NIU or another institution and they have that fraternity, it's a little bit easier. The process should be smoother for him because he's considered a legacy. And it's kind of like I'm vouching for him. He's coming in off my name. That's my legacy. But it's an easier path for him to join the organization. And this guy has a legacy, obviously, with his dad. But he said, this legacy's been ducking felonies and statistics, trying not to be a statistic, right?
Nigga shit. Bitches legacy is stuck in felonies. Sensitive, they be middleman. Gotta come to me to get the business. They just little man. Bitch, I'm Eli Manning, giant business in his pimp talk.
Ooh, he said, "I'm Eli Manning. I'm directing this, right? Everybody's working for me. I'm setting up the plays, right?" And he said, "There's a giant difference." Eli Manning was or is the quarterback. I'm not really big into organized sports, but some in basketball and such, but not like football and whatnot. But it was a quarterback for the New York Giants.
They just little man. Bitch, I'm Eli Manning, giant difference in his pimp talk. She gon' fuck with me, you fuck with me, you get this pep talk.
Yeah.
Right
Ambidextrous. This means someone who could use their left and right hands equally well, not just someone who writes all sloppy with their left hand, right? But I know something about it. I'm actually considered ambidextrous. I'm technically left-handed, but I could write with my left or right, and they're very similar. But everything else I do, like I used to play basketball. That's my strong. I could use my right or my left. I shoot with my right, layups with my left. I might catch a ball with either, but I'm stronger with my right. But I prefer to write with my left. It sounds very cool now as a grown man, but when you're younger, especially keep in mind I was born in '82. I grew up in the '90s, and that was very weird. Once a teacher knew that you could write with both hands, they kind of looked at you like you were some sort of kook or weirdo or demon, so, but it's much cooler now, and it's very impressive to show people writing with both hands, or if left-handers, you get those marks from the notebook, and you can just switch it up, and people are just like, what? Right.
you fuck with me, you get this pep talk. Biggest ambidextrous, pick you right up where you left off, though. And it's 7 in my home, I get the best thoughts. 7 seconds left, I'm playing home, I shot the nets off, though.
Ooh, it sounded like he was referencing that old childhood game, that 7 Seconds in Heaven, right? Where you choose two people at a party where you guys are still too punk to try to. People do it now at college games and drinking games, but two people are selected to go to a closet or to a room, and you can do whatever you want for 7 minutes. That's how we got down. We get a lot done in 7 minutes. But you kiss or make out or feel each other up, or you just wait there if you're lame and just wait for it to expire, right? And you just let the clock run out. Oh, little face ass, little scary body ass. He shot the nets off. That's weird. I don't know if he referenced New Jersey Nets at all. He referenced the New York Giants, but shot the nets off. The only thing I could think of is when you take the net off, at least in basketball, that's like a celebration, right? You see it in college basketball when they win like a conference tournament, right? The championship game, and then they cut the nets off, and they're like, ooh. So could be referencing that. I'm not sure, though. Playing home could be coming off basketball talk as well, right?
That should pick you right up where you left off, though. And it's 7 in my home, I get the best thoughts. 7 seconds left, I'm playing home, I shot the nets off, though. Fuck pretending like I'm winning, bitch, I can't lose. This a mindset, in this life ain't nothing I can't do. Gotta do my best, trying to do my best was painful. Ship is shaping up, I got new aim. I wanna know what it takes. Big house with a...
He said, I gotta, shit's been shaping up, right? What did he say? Trying to do my best was painful.
Painful. Ship is shaping up, I got new aim.
Shapes, playing on words and shapes.
With a gate. Out back at a lake. Out back making steak. My Ricky legs. Pop working upstate. Real shit, we was broke. Real niggas never break. All my niggas gon' eat. Before we eat, we say great.
So I like what he's saying there, but it sounded like he was talking about his dreams, right? It goes to
big house with a gate.
Right? These are all things that people want in life. It's the dream of moving to the suburbs, getting a house with a gate. I was able to do it at about, was I 30, 35 when I bought my first house. I bought a house in the western suburbs of Chicago. This is where I am now. And I was able to really start my family, right? Married, get kids, and take care of the family in a safe environment. So that's a big house with a gate, right? With the swimming pool and deck in the back, and your veggies growing, and just private life.
Ship is shaping up, I got new aim. I wanna know how it tastes. Big house with a gate. Out back got a lake.
Out back got a lake, but we don't have a lake here. We got a pool, but that's what everybody wants, right? Some yard, some acres in the back that they can manage.
Out back make a steak.
Outback Steakhouse, right? That's a play on that. But man, I do the same. I got the big grill in the back, but we're throwing arrachera on the grill, right? That's a thin skirt steak. And all of a sudden I use some Spanish and in la máquina, right? They put the steak through the machine and gets it. Woo!
Hey, big house with a gate. Out back got a lake. Out back make a steak. Mama watching Ricky Lake.
Ricky Lake is an old talk show, the Ricky Lake Show. Was I on Ricky Lake? I went to Jerry Springer's show. No, I was on Jenny Jones' show and Jerry Springer's show twice. But I never got to Ricky Lake. She was, it was big back in the day, back in the 90s.
Out back got a lake.
But he's saying,
out back make a steak.
If
Mama
watching Ricky Lake, it probably means that she doesn't work, right? So she's living that suburban life. Where the dad works or goes out. She's chilling at home watching Ricky Lake.
Pop working upstate.
See, that used to mean something different. When you were upstate, at least where I'm from Chicago, from the city, right? I'm now in the suburbs, but I was originally from the inner city. Well, you said your pops was upstate. Yeah, he was in prison. Maybe that's just where I'm from, but he didn't work upstate. He was putting in work, but he couldn't leave, right?
Out back make a steak. Mama watching Ricky Lake. Pop working upstate. Real shit, we was broke. Real niggas never break. All my niggas gon' eat. Before we eat, we say great. Humble pie. Everybody grab plates.
Humble pie, that's something you don't hear of anymore. It's really, you're either making an apology or you're like accepting, I want to say humiliation, but it's being humble, or the act of being humble. They used to call it humble pie.
Before we eat, we say great. Humble pie. Everybody grab plates. We done came a long
Everybody
way.
eating.
We done came a long way. Sipping grape Kool-Aid.
I want that purple stuff, right? For that Dave Chappelle joke where he's talking about Sunny D. He's like, all the kids run in and all the kids see, and they're like, what's that? You want this? And everybody's like, no. And then they see the Sunny D and all the kids are like, yeah. And he says, man, look in the back of that commercial. You see the black kid like, I want that purple stuff. That's drink, right? That's that drink, that purple drink. That 99 cents a gallon. Make your tongue weird and all purple, and right?
We done came a long way. Sipping grape Kool-Aid. Basketball on the crate.
Ooh, low key. That's why you get the best ball players in the hood. When I grew up, when I started playing basketball, we put a milk crate, you cut out the bottom, and you nail the milk crate to the telephone pole. And that's how you practice shooting. You start playing ball that way. But you know what happened because we played so much ball in the alley, one, you get really good handles because you're on dirt and you normally don't have the right shoes. You don't have any of the right equipment. But you become a better player because you have to hit a perfect J, a perfect shot to get it in when there's not a backboard involved. The backboard makes it a bit easier when you got the big square behind it and you can precisely hit a certain area of the backboard and get your shot in. It's called a bank shot using the board, right? You should call that. But to get a nothing but net shot you have to, for it to perfectly go into a crate, because a crate is only so much larger than the ball itself. So if you practice on a crate, man, when you get to a rim, it's going to seem like that thing is massive. You can just throw it up and not miss. So hooping on a crate has its benefits.
We done came a long way. Sipping grape Kool-Aid. Basketball on the crate. Nigga, I just put up on your bitch. That's intentional. Pull up, nigga, like on me.
Hey, bitch.
That's intentional. Ain't no accidentally rich. That's intentional. How that bitch gon' be your bitch and she ain't mention you?
Treated.
Intencional. Yeah. No hay más igual.
He said intentional. Yeah. No, what does he say? No.
Intencional.
Intentional.
No hay más igual.
There's nothing like it, is what he's saying. Nah, there's nothing like it.
¿Qué quieres más? Yo tengo mucho más para dar. I'm a
He said, like, I have so much more to give. And then he said, ven pa acá at the end, which means, like, come here.
igual. ¿Qué quieres más? Yo tengo mucho más para dar. I'm a fumar and count the millions at the top.
Let's smoke and count millions at the top.
I hit the club, niggas salute and bitches get in line. El general de 5 estrellas, bitch, I gotta shine. Niggas salute and bitches get in line. El general de 5
The general of 5 stars. So he's saying, I'm a 5-star general. I have rank in this.
estrellas, bitch, I gotta shine. Hopped out the car like double dutch, the engine say what's up. Stepped in this bitch, drinking pimp juice out my pimp cup.
Ooh.
Burning down the blizzard, driven by the coupe, all white like Lizzie.
Is it all white like Lizzie McGuire? Damn.
Down the blizzard, driven by the coupe, all white like Lizzie. Calling me to hit it, but a nigga too busy. Pimp game rigid.
I'm cold.
Timid, like a politician, all I wanna see is
These
bitches.
junkies hostile. Bitch, I'm dope enough to stuff a nostril. Been down bad, no dollar
Ooh,
to my neck.
the wordplay, right? These junkies hostile, he said. I'm dope enough to stuff a nostril, right? This is playing off dope or coke in that game, and junkies.
Junkies hostile. Bitch, I'm dope enough to stuff a nostril. Been down bad, no dollar to my name. Was feeling prideful. I bounce back. These creflo dollar bills. I'm talking gospel. I did that.
That's a shout out to what's that dude's name? It's Creflo, but I forgot the guy's name. But Creflo, this guy is like a televangelist, right? He's one of the old school ones, and he created this mega church. This church gets millions of dollars in, but this guy has this super extravagant lifestyle. He's a black dude too. He's got like 3 Rolls Royce, multi-million-dollar properties, right? He teaches something called prosperity theology, right? And he used to really push people tithing your 10% to the church, but he's got like dozens of, like, I want to say 30,000 or 50,000 members. If everybody's putting in $5, that's a lot of money. And his lifestyle reflects that. That's funny. He's a gospel, the founder, but he's a pastor, basically.
I was feeling prideful. I bounce back. These creflo dollar bills. I'm talking
Creflo.
gospel. I does that, yeah. Hey, who does that like this? Bitches rad sauce and pipe with dual exhaust and ride my dick with
Ooh.
gas on them. She don't do shit.
Said he got that the dualies, right? The dual exhaust. He said, but you can ride my dick with caution. Talking about his pimp ride, right? He's been talking about, there's a few mentions of ride. I believe he said tints or so in the back, but let's let it ride.
Gospel, I does that, yeah. Hey, who does that like this? Bitches rad sauce and pipe with dual exhaust and ride my dick with caution, gas on them. She don't do this often. This go way too awesome. Pass on them, yeah. I like queens on my team. Get these wins up. Shit is such a breeze.
Ooh.
Roll your window up. Get benzed up.
Yeah, what did Kanye say? There's too many Urkels on your team. That's why your win's low, right? Playing off Carl Winslow. I just thought of that when I heard that
On my
line.
team, get these wins up. Shit is such a breeze. Roll your window up. Get benzed up. Grinding with this team. My legacy looks souped up. Cooking new cuisine. Keep my recipe. Need food truck. Yeah. Yeah. You get chewed up. Kings. Yeah, we kings. Yeah, we slick. Rick. Ruler.
Give me another verse. Give me another verse. What's next? Eric Jamal, Work Harder. I don't know this one, but we'll save it for the next video. Man, if you guys are fans of Coast Contra, like I've become a fan, and you guys can't wait to get the lyrical breakdown of some of their more in-depth songs, man, show some love, like the video, but subscribe to the channel. We're going to continue getting into their catalog and going backwards into some of their older music, checking out their freestyles. They have a folder down below under lyrics and breakdowns under Coast Contra reactions. And they're all piled there, so you can share them on Reddit, break down the lyrics, whatever you want to do. But welcome to the channel. We're growing this thing, and we'll see you on the next video.